Hey y'all, it's August the 10th, 2015. Alright, I'm here to bring you breaking news. Alright, you probably never heard of this. First of all, the Olympics are going on right now, alright? The Olympics. Right? I don't watch the Olympics. I found out that, it's not that everybody's watching the Olympics. Alright, but some people do. Some people do watch the Olympics. Alright? I'm not really exactly hating on the fact that people watch the Olympics. I understand. Alright? Everybody needs distractions from time to time. The Olympics could prove to be a very effective distraction. Alright? I'm not knocking you for your distractions, things that you use to distract you away from sometimes things are real bad. It's called the tribulation. Alright? So, alright, let's move past that. I haven't really been watching the Olympics. I work in a restaurant where it's got TVs on. The Olympics come on sometimes. So I'm aware that it's been going on. Alright? That being said, I was in a convenience store the other day when I first was alerted, and now I'm alerting you in case if you didn't know. Alright? And I had to admit, but I'm going to explain to you afterwards. I have to admit this, alright? When I saw this headline, I began to laugh. Just laugh to myself. Why? Because it's funny. It truly is funny. Alright, the headline states something like, oh yeah, these gymnasts were sexually abused. Underage gymnasts were sexually abused and stuff. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't think that would happen, alright? Oh, that just caught me from left field and stuff, man. What in the world? Who would have ever seen that coming? I want to explain something to y'all. In case if you didn't know. The Olympics, largely why I don't watch them, is because it is a distraction. It's perfectly timed every 4 years, alright? In order to distract you away from the fact that shit is falling apart. That's the whole point of it. And also, there's other shit that goes on behind the scenes. Right? For example, this year's Olympics being held in Brazil. Right? This is a country that is very far from being economically content. Right? It is pretty much in shambles. They took it to a country that's kind of in shambles right now. There's a lot of very bad places in Brazil. Right? But they want to glitter it up and shine it up and have fireworks and try and pretend like that's not the case. It is the case. Right? That being said, like I said, I'm not knocking you for if you want to watch all the different things, because I understand the archery and the ping pong and everything else. It's like 1,000 different sports in the Olympics for some reason. Alright? But it is hilarious to think that there's anyone in the world who did not know that sexual abuse takes place in women's gymnastics. Alright? Here's the thing about it. Me personally, just on a personal note, I do not date people. Alright? Those days are behind me. Alright? I don't really look at girls overtly in a sexual way. Like, I don't go out of my way to get into that realm and stuff. I'm off in a different realm right now thinking. Alright? However, when you put, for example, beach volleyball on the screen, alright, this Olympics thing, guess what? I will stare at it. I can't help myself. As a man, there's no way around this. You take a look at it. Take a look at it. Just take you a look at it. Alright, there is absolutely, positively, no way that you'll get me from staring at that screen. I will stare at that screen. Alright, mesmerized, totally, completely mesmerized when looking at that. And it doesn't matter who it is if you're a man out there. I don't care if you're like you're a statistician, volleyball. I don't care how professional you're trying to be. I'm put in that environment when you're seeing what I'm seeing right there. You're going to start feeling a tingling sensation in a particular area of your body. There's no way around that. There's absolutely no way around that, alright? So that's beach volleyball. You understand that most of those people are above the consenting age. Alright, now we're going to take it to gymnastics. Gymnastics is just barely, it's a touch. It is a scotch less scandalous than beach volleyball. And more often than not, these little gymnasts are well under the consenting age. It is a tiny bit less scandalous. Alright, so the idea that you're going to have grown men coaching these little tiny girls in uniforms that are this much, and I know you're going to argue, oh, well, you have to be, that's how you have to dress because that's the only way you can perform these acts and stuff, these courageous acts. Fine, whatever. I don't even watch it. I think it's too dangerous, but who cares? Their uniforms are a tiny bit less scandalous than that of the beach volleyball players. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, honestly though, Honestly, what do you think is going to happen? Right, so this is why I laughed when I saw the headline. Obviously, it's going to happen. So I left a link down there. You can read a very interesting article and stuff, and I'm sure it's one of many that's going to come out. It's not going to stop gymnastics at all. Well, it's not even going to put a damper on it. Things are still going to continue like normal in women's gymnastics, which involves a shit ton of underage sexual abuse. It always will. It always will. It always has. And it will continue. In fact, you can take this to the bank. As long as the Olympics keeps going, the underage female dress code, whatever, that's going to get more and more and more and more and more scandalous as time goes on, period. Regardless. End of discussion. All right, you got to understand, first of all, yeah, the coaches, most of them, at least half of them, are going to be perverts. That's why they're there. All right, that's why they took the position. This is the kind of stuff they want to see. All the other coaches, maybe they don't know about. Yeah, in fact, they do know about it. They have some sort of inkling that it's happening behind the scenes. Guess what? They like their paychecks. Guess what? They're going to shut their damn mouths. All right, they're going to hide their heads in the sand for as long as possible. It's going to happen. Sexual abuse is going to take place, period, regardless, end of the story. But not only that, you have to understand, this is being broadcast all over the earth, right? So, regardless of them being physically, sexually abused in person, perverts all around the world tune in specifically to see that, right? To see every nook and cranny of the physiques of these little girls, period, regardless. End of discussion. That's what's taking place, right? And maybe you think it's real cool. Maybe you think, oh man, it's miraculous what the human body is capable of. I would agree with you. This is a sport right here that is revolved around by absolute perversion and pedophilia, period, the end. All right, so people putting their little girls in these gymnastics things, yeah, it is a sport, yeah, it'll keep them safe. More than likely, it's like you're putting them on a hook and dangling them in front of pedophiles. That's exactly what's taking place. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's actually extremely disturbing. But it's not like you want to know any better. You love ignorance. You'll love ignorance to the very bitter end. Good luck with that. It's the tribulation. We're balls deep in it. It is, what did I say it was? August the 10th, 2016. I'm going to holler at y'all later, probably.